The 5 components of assessing and evaluating or analyzing a marketing plan align with the first component being the actual marketing plan. This is the advertising or the specific advertising that is going to create awareness and consideration. You're going to have several lead sources, or let's just call these pillars, that are generating you revenue, and the goal in your marketing is to have a minimum of 4. So then that way you can consistently convert 12 to 18 transactions a year, and every 120 days add a new marketing pillar while you're analyzing the effectiveness of which marketing pillar is generating the most revenue. And based on different markets and corrections and conditions, there'll be certain pillars that are performing better at certain times that we want to add focus, attention, money, gasoline, whatever we look at to fuel that fire called profit or revenue generated, as well as though identify ones that are maybe not as effective. So the overall marketing plan is the specific advertising you're going to use to create awareness and consideration around a specific lead pillar. Then we're going to dive into the networking plan for that pillar. As you go through, as coaching clients do, and or as you're learning what Tom Ferry teaches, this marketing plan to then the networking plan is to socialize and foster referral producing relationships. Remember, you can create referral producing relationships from any lead pillar. It's not just your database or closed transactions. You could get referrals from your geo farm. You get referrals from the people that you're helping at open houses. You can get referrals from your Zillow, Real.com, OpCity leads. There are many places that when you effectively gain a thank you for providing any level of service, you can ask for that favor that produces referral relationship. The prospecting plan. So we're going to advertise, but then we also need the third component, which is the prospecting plan, which is contacting a group of people in search of leads. See, the marketing plan's job is to generate the leads, but that might take 120 days. Geo Farm, it might take 12 months. But there are acts that you can start doing today to effectively prospect that neighborhood, to start searching for leads if the marketing is not producing it yet. The next one is your follow-up plan. So this is the repeated communication with non-responsive leads aimed at eliciting conversation. So remember, your follow-up plan is once this marketing plan for any lead pillar is generating you leads, we need a specific repeated communication, meaning is this daily, hourly, monthly, weekly? How long is this follow-up plan? And your sole intention, this is what I love about what Tom Ferry teaches, is aligning focus. Remember, your follow-up plan is with that single intent to elicit conversation. So we probably should be asking questions more in the follow-up plan compared to talking or selling. Now, the last component of the overall marketing plan is the nurturing plan. This is the repeated communication with then the responsive leads aimed to set appointments. So again, we know that it might take now, I talked to this person for 2 minutes. How do I create repeated communication that gets me to 12 minutes of conversation with somebody that at that point then I have learned enough, or I can show them I know them, to courageously ask, could it or would it help to meet in some way, whether that be face-to-face, via Zoom, at an open house, at a showing, evaluating the value of their home. But overall, these components, once you've decided how are you going to advertise to create awareness down to consideration where leads are produced, what is the networking plan for every single lead source to make sure that we are fostering relationship-based opportunities from any of these things that we spend money on. Our prospecting plan, which is, well, what can I do to generate more leads to make sure that I'm not just waiting, all right? Then I'm looking at the follow-up plan, which is then when those leads are generated and they're not responding, well, I spend all this money, time, effort on this plan. I need to make sure I get them into conversation. and elicit that through questions that I'm asking. And then lastly, the nurturing one, because we know that almost 70% of all the leads are going to be 4 months or out, meaning 4 months or longer to a transaction. So the nurturing, remember defining nurturing, the act of caring for and encouraging the growth of someone's goal, idea, or individual. So from me to you, I hope the 5 components really break down. And as you use the sample, work on creating one of these for the 4 key pillars that you want to start using as your marketing plans, and develop the 5 components on each of those specific lead pillars. And then you can see that your sources of communications or your channel of communications are rooted in these 5 components of an effective marketing plan.